Yo, Pop Pulse fam. Nah, hold up. What is actually going on out here? Drake is getting sued again, and I can't even lie. This whole situation is wild from every direction. Before we jump into this madness, smash that like button, subscribe, and share. And big shout out to today's reactors, Abs-Fackin-Lutely, Big Kish, Best Grade, and J Roebuck for coming through with straight heat and real emotion. In this reaction mix, we're breaking down the brand new copyright lawsuit claiming Drake copied the American's photography style for his What Did I Miss video. Like, bro, what? The side-by-side comparisons that had the reactors literally pausing like, nah, no way. The shock and twist linking the photographer to the Balenciaga controversy. That part had everybody yelling, what? The heated debates about Drake's long-running copy and paste poppy reputation. And finally, the straight-up comedy of everyone realizing how many lawsuits this man is juggling at once. It's pure chaos, pure shock, and pure laughs all rolled into one. Pop Pulse fam, buckle up. This one is crazy. Let's get into it.
Man, it's a lot going on in the news, man, and y'all know your boy Drake just got hit with a copyright. Yeah, I thought only the content creators was getting hit with copyrights and all of that. But yeah, somebody allegedly came out, said that your boy was using their work in the What Did I Miss music video.
But what do you mean? Drake has been sued again. I don't.
There. So let me see what Billboard is reporting on this. A new lawsuit claims Drake What Did I Miss music video ripped off the work of Italian photographer. Of course, he's not from America. And in a strange twist, that the rapper was intentionally trying to connect his feud with Kendrick Lamar to the controversial Balenciaga campaign. So that's why I guess he's saying that he's suing him. The copyright infringement complaint filed against Drake on Wednesday in federal court alleges a key sequence in the What Did I Miss video lists from a photograph in Gabriel Galimberti's 2020 book, The Americans.
What did I miss? Now, if you remember the scene, and I'll attach the picture here, Drake is standing in front of his pool or, at his house with a bunch of firearms laid out. Now, what this Italian photographer is alleging, I'm not going to try to, say the name, I don't want to butcher it, is that that's his style, right? Drake is infringing on his copyright because he has a book that came out called The Americans. That's the name of the book, where he photographs people posing in a similar way. I don't know if he invented that pose or invented taking pictures of people with firearms. Again, I am not the legal expert, but I don't know if this lawsuit has legs to stand on. I mean, the lawsuits against Drake are just rolling in. And even if you're not suing Drake, if you're suing a streaming company where Drake is the most popular streaming act, you're just going to throw the name and the picture out there to gain traction. I don't know, man.
Both Galimberti's photo and the scene in question show men standing outside houses surrounded by firearms laid out in parallel around swimming pools. So like I said, this is the same photographer who was in question for Balenciaga. So he looks like he's a guy that likes to do a lot of controversy or controversial photographs. Americans, The Americans. What an interesting title. If that's not a jab at the United States, I mean, but look, this is why sometimes it's good to travel so you can see how other countries feel about us. They not like us. They not like us.
Next, reactors started comparing the original Americans photo to Drake's video. This is where things get a little too similar.
Flag or rocking USA colors. Another family photo with guns. Symbolic, man, symbolic. It almost makes me want to read this book. Now, if this isn't a jab at the United States more than any other photo I've ever seen, I don't know what to tell you. So then let's go back to Drake's image. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I don't know if you can really sue for that, but as I've mentioned before, Drake, you see, you started suing all these people and trying to sue UMG and making all this noise, and now look at you. Now you're getting sued. You see what I'm saying here? It's just like, y'all gotta watch out with the energy that you put out there.
The display of the firearms in the scene of the infringing video is so clearly a copy of plaintiff's original work that even before the infringement became known to plaintiff, several social media commentators and consumers began associating the infringing video. C.J. Nolan, Drake referencing the Ameriguns in What Did I Miss music video. YouTube, July 6, 2025. The Art Revival. Did Ameriguns inspire Drake official What Did I Miss? Gabriel Galimberti's Ameriguns. Another YouTube. Defendant Aubrey Drake Graham is professionally known for implying hidden meanings in his lyrics and audiovisual works meant to accompany his music.
Well, let me see what Billboard is reporting on this. A new lawsuit claims Drake What Did I Miss music video ripped off the work of Italian photographer. Of course, he's not from America. And in a strange twist, that the rapper was intentionally trying to connect his feud with Kendrick Lamar to the controversial Balenciaga campaign. So that's why I guess he's saying that he's suing him.
This part had everyone clutching their headphones. Reactors discovered a wild detail. The lawsuit is claiming Drake used the imagery to tie himself to a controversial photographer linked to the Balenciaga scandal. Listen to this madness.
Allegations of glorifying pedophilia. Oh. Did you catch that? I'm going to read it again. Remember, plaintiff in this case is the photographer.
This is some of his work right here. I like this one right here. This one right here is just Texas to the full, man. The Lone Star State. This one right here is really good. You know, it's just interesting to see that these rappers and these artists probably look at these books, they look at these pictures, and this is where they get their inspiration from. Now, this right here, I'll talk about later, but I used to date a woman who was like this. She couldn't even hurt a fly carrying a bunch of guns like this. It was just ridiculous when I saw this. Let me tell you something, man. If you see a female like this, red flags. But yes, this is exactly true of what American culture is all about in some way. I mean, just look at some of the guns that are on the wall here. It's just interesting. Let's see if we can zoom in here. I'm gonna look at some of these rifles right here. That's crazy. That's crazy that you could think that some people will actually carry some things like this in their house. Yeah, here we go with this one. So this is like a book that I guess he did, and I read about this book, and this book is basically saying that this artist, you know, he's just kind of making fun of, in a way, of American culture and how people, especially women, if you notice a lot of these pictures have women in it too, which is kind of interesting, how they're just so infatuated with guns and families and stuff like this. You know what's funny too is that they, and look, this guy's wearing the Captain America shirt too. You know what's interesting too is that they always say like, beware of this country or don't go to this country. You know, like when I went to Mexico and places like that, people be like, oh, watch out, it's real dangerous up there. It's real dangerous. But you know what? America is kind of dangerous too. It's kind of a dangerous country too. Look at this picture right here with the family and all the guns just laid out. It almost does kind of make you think that, I mean, just look at the imagery right here. This is like a very dark picture in a way. You know what's also very interesting too about this photographer is that this is also the photographer who did, look, another female with a bunch of guns. This is also the photographer who did the Balenciaga campaign with the children and, you know, the accusations of Balenciaga glorifying PDFing and all that stuff. So it's kind of interesting that this is the photographer who's suing Drake, who got accused of being a PDF by Kendrick Lamar. It's just so ironic. But like I said, man, Drake, you shouldn't have done the lawsuits, man. Now look at what happened.
Drake selected to affiliate himself with the plaintiff's original work for an additional reason, namely that plaintiff was publicly vilified for his role in a controversial Balenciaga advertisement involving false allegations of glorifying pedophilia.
At this point, reactors realized Drake might be setting a world record. The lawsuit count is unreal. The reactions here were priceless.
And of the week, but apparently the week could not end without another lawsuit against Drake. This time for copyright infringement. This is like, hello, fruit fly. This is like, I don't know, like the third lawsuit in 3 weeks or something. I can't keep track at this point in time. I really am going to need to set up a board with the strings and all of that.
2025 is just a year of the lawsuit. We got Drake, we got Cameron, you got people suing Drake, Drake suing people. This time he's sued by an Italian photographer for copyright infringement for the image he portrayed in his music video, What Did I Miss?
Pop Post fam, what did we just witness? From copyright beef to stolen visuals to Balenciaga accusations to 3 lawsuits popping up in weeks, this is crazy. If you enjoyed this wild ride, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video to keep the energy alive. Catch you on the next one, right here on Pop Pulse Reacts, where hip-hop history never sleeps.